Hello, aviation enthusiasts. Welcome back to Aeroonline, your hub for the latest aviation stories. This week, we're taking off with updates on new routes, cutting-edge technology, and dramatic in-flight incidents.
Indigo returns to Kochi after technical issue. Indigo Flight 6 E1403 from Kochi to Abu Dhabi returned safely after the crew reported a technical issue shortly after departure. The Airbus A320neo landed back in Kochi around 1:44 IST with over 180 passengers on board. No injuries occurred, and a replacement aircraft was arranged for the onward journey. WestJet hard landing at SXM. On September 7, 2025, WestJet flight WS2276 from Toronto made a hard landing at St. Martin when its right main gear collapsed. The 737-800 stopped on the runway, and 164 people evacuated via slides. No serious injuries, though 3 were evaluated. The airport closed for several hours, causing diversions, while authorities investigate. Heathrow T4 reopens after hazmat scare. On September 8, 2025, Heathrow's Terminal 4 was evacuated after a suspected hazardous substance incident. Emergency crews found no danger, and the terminal reopened the same evening. 1 person was hospitalized and 20 others treated for minor issues. Flights resumed with some delays. No decision on 737 MAX production cap. On September 9, 2025, the FAA said it has not yet decided whether to lift Boeing's 737 MAX production cap of 38 jets per month. The restriction followed the 2024 Alaska Airlines doorplug blowout. Officials stress Boeing must first prove consistent, compliant manufacturing before any increase. KLM cancels 100 flights in 2-hour ground staff strike. On September 10, 2025, KLM canceled about 100 flights at Amsterdam Schiphol after a 2-hour ground staff strike, affecting 27,000 passengers. Most cancellations hit short-haul routes, with delays lasting through the day. Unions plan a longer 4-hour strike on September 17th if talks fail. JALA 350 returns to Sapporo after engine issue. On September 4, 2025, Japan Airlines flight JL500, A350-900, JA07XJ returned to Sapporo after the left engine was shut down due to a fault. The aircraft landed safely with 285 on board. No injuries. Oil was later seen around the engine. 1 runway closed briefly for inspection before reopening. HK Express A320 veers off HKG runway amid storm. On September 8, 2025, HK Express flight UO235 A320 BLCI from Beijing Daxing veered off runway 07L at Hong Kong during Typhoon Tapa. The jet struck runway edge signs before stopping. 137 people were aboard. No injuries. Authorities have launched an investigation. American Airlines flight returns to Philly after bird strikes. On September 10, 2025, AA2035 from Philadelphia to San Francisco struck multiple birds after takeoff. The Airbus A321 returned safely to PHL around 7:30 a.m. No injuries were reported, and passengers later continued on a replacement flight. The FAA is investigating. Avelo orders 50 E195-E2S first U.S. E2 customer. Avelo Airlines ordered 50 Embraer E195-E2s with rights for 50 more, becoming the first U.S. E2 operator. Deliveries run 2027 to 2032. The $4.4 billion deal helps Avelo modernize its fleet, cut costs, and serve smaller markets. Embraer sees it as a key breakthrough in the U.S. market. Ryanair threatens 1 million more Spain seat cuts for 2026. Ryanair warned it may cut another 1 million seats in Spain for summer 2026 if INA raises fees by 6.5%. This follows 1 million seats already cut for winter. INA called the move blackmail, noting Spain's charges remain low. Ryanair says regional routes are at risk, while rivals like Vueling are stepping in. Southwest 737 diverts to LAX after engine issue. A Southwest 737-700 from Burbank to Phoenix diverted to LAX on September 11th after an engine problem. The jet landed safely. Passengers were rebooked. The FAA will investigate. Austrian adds 22 A320neos as 787s arrive. Austrian Airlines will get 22 LEAP power to 320neos from Lufthansa Group, boosting efficiency and replacing Embraer E195s by 2028. The carrier is also ramping up Boeing 787-9 operations, strengthening Vienna's short and long-haul fleet. United 737 lands at Osaka on fire alert. United Flight UA32, Narita Cebu, diverted to Osaka after a cargo fire warning. The 737-800 landed safely. Slides were used to evacuate, with 2 minor injuries. No fire was found on inspection. JetBlue a 220 clips windows of airport. A JetBlue a 220-300 hit Richmond's terminal during pushback on September 11th, shattering 3 Applebee's windows. No injuries occurred. Passengers deplaned and flew on a replacement jet. The 4-month-old aircraft N3257J was grounded for repairs, with the FAA investigating.
That wraps up this week on Aeroonline. What stories stood out the most to you? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more aviation updates. Until next time, clear skies and safe travels.